welcome to Live with Ya. And the segment is A Woman's Heart, Real Talk. And we have Ya Fudatobra, the author of Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, which is already out. And then A Woman's Heart will be out soon. Today, and my name is Ya Boatin Russell. Welcome and thanks for joining us. Today we're talking about daring to believe and daring to dream. Um, so that is a section of the book that's yet to come, or a snippet of it. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll discuss about faith, what faith is, how do we live a faith-filled life, and then the interesting topic about uh, living inside a box. I'm sure that'll bring about a lot of controversies. Yes, so it's gonna be high data,
Hello.
interesting discussion today. So I'll go ahead and read Dare to Believe. Yeah, I'll read the first two paragraphs and then we can talk about it. And please put your comments and questions in the comment section below for us. Okay, here we go. Dare to believe, dare to dream. Holding yourself back will get you nowhere. Test the waters. Step out in faith. Reach out to those who are willing to help you get where you want to go. I saw something recently that made me chuckle. Think outside the box. In fact, throw the box away. That's a first. Throw the box away.
Anytime we talk about box, na me start sre. No nti na ya na me sre no.
Okay. I guess that would put away the temptation of going back into the box. So throw the
Yeah.
box away. Sounds hilarious, but it is so true. Dare to be different. Dare to live out your dream. Do it your way. It begins with you. Take yourself by the hand and get going. Yeah, you heard me. You and no one else. Bring out your sassy self and start soaring. Who is going to stop you? Stop listening to the negative voices in your head or the naysayers. Naysayers are fearful people who are afraid of life. They don't want to take any risks. They mean well, sometimes, I guess. But they can stop you if you're not brave enough to get away from them. Get going. Time is a wasting. Do it now. It is now or never. I guess I'll go on. Be brave, be bold. What have you got to lose? Don't get lost in the box. Um okay. I'll stop here and then we can talk about the faith and how to live a faith-filled life. And then we can go for a commercial break and then I'll read the last two paragraphs and
Okay.
talk about the box in detail. Yeah. Well, before we go to the questions, I'd like to know why you wrote this section. Daring to believe, daring to dream.
Um, you know what? Sometimes I'll say that I don't even know. It's just I watch a lot of things, and more so now even when I look around me and the stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
I don't like being restricted. I feel that every person has a chance to do or be who they want to be. But our upbringing influences all this.
Mhm.
And, some of us were raised in a particular culture, and it seems like there's certain things that are expected of you. So if you don't fit into a particular norm or box, or you try to get out of that box that they have constructed for you, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
I know one sister the other day, she was talking on another platform, and she made this comment that I think that it was even Sister Womrekwa who put it so well. She said, how you knew me back then, 30 years ago, it's
Mm-hmm.
not me now.
Right.
So if you're trying to relate to me on that level, it's not going to work. So there are some things that you have to cut off or cut out. And the other sister who was with her made that comment that, talking to an old school mate or whatever, school friend or friend from the childhood, and say, "Oh, now okra." I said, "Now, yeah." I forget the word. I don't remember if she said, "Now okra, now you're wild." More like people always want to remind you, like,
Oh, you were.
what gives you
Yeah.
that right to judge somebody?
Right.
What about you? Like what I see is that sometimes people are doing things and we like the way they are doing it or we admire it, but in our culture, it would appear or it would seem like our default is envy and pettiness. It
Mm-hmm.
is always, it's always like you are being too much. We have to keep you down. But why can't we also do it?
Hmm.
Like we see other people, other cultures, other environments where we live. It's not to say they don't have their problems, but they have a particular mindset. So whatever you want to be, you can be.
Right.
No holds barred. But with us, sometimes you go on a platform and a woman has written something and you see a man say, "Oh, you're a woman and you are talking like that. Why are you saying this?" So almost like in his mind, he has a preconceived or predefined role that she's supposed to be playing. So she can't step out of it. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, God gave us a mind. He
Mm-hmm.
put something in us.
Yeah.
You have to use it. And lastly, for myself, right? I
Yeah.
have found, look, generally speaking, I would say, ordinarily, I would say that when I was back home in Ghana, I was a timid person. When my father pushed me to come and live in Canada, then I had to find my feet and find my legs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've realized that everywhere I go, be it in a secular environment or spiritual environment, there's something about you that some people seem to have a problem with. And this is where I'm saying if you don't know who you are and you are not secure, you will think you are the problem. And so they do everything to push you down, not to let you grow to be who you are. And then they fill you with bitterness. But you need to step away from it and redefine yourself and move on to do what you have to do. I don't know if I've covered what you're asking, but
Yeah. 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 It does explain all this, like daring to be different and
Mhm,
daring to live out your dream. Because yeah, definitely you have people coming against you, people who do not understand whatever you're doing.
mhm.
And you rightly said um in the book that they they are afraid to do the same. Most
Yes,
of the time, that's what the problem is. They're fearful
yes.
to do it, and instead of maybe coming and asking and learning as well from whoever, they would put
Mhm,
you down instead. And
yes.
I I really don't know. Okay, so that takes us to faith. I think we'll have to bulk those questions into just one, because what is faith and how do we live a faith filled life? Is faith only um, like a religious thing, or
Mm.
like generally faith?
You are talking of in terms of how we live our lives and trying to daring to dream and daring to
Right,
believe.
right.
So when I say the daring to believe, is like you have to believe in yourself. First of all, if you are a believer, right? Because not everybody is a Christian.
Yes.
If you are, then God, you are created in God's image and He put you on this earth for a purpose. Sadly, hello, Amajo. Sadly, a lot of us
Hey, hey, beautiful. I'm checking the hair.
Thank you. It's my
check
pleasure.
away.
There.
Sadly, a lot
Mm,
of us don't know. what our purpose is. We just, because life is hectic, and we can only deal with the day to day. Go
Mm-hmm.
work and come and pay our bills. That's it, period. It's like me, I'll give you an example of myself. So when my dad said, come to Canada,
Mm-hmm.
all my life, you've been looked after, you haven't gone anywhere. All of a sudden, okay, it's time to go. And then you come and you're on your own. You came to somebody they knew while they were here in the 60s. Now, this person is an Obroni person. How long can you stay with this person? At some stage, the first week that I was there, the lady told me that I'm not showing initiative, but I was going around looking for jobs. So she was
Oh.
almost kind of wanting to go find me a job or something
Do
as a
what?
nanny. So
Mm.
then, well, then I realized that, oh yeah, I have some cousins out west, and I got their information when I was coming. So then I came over here. So somebody like me that, in the scheme of things, you are here, you are trying to make a life for yourself. You don't know your left or your right. It all depends who you come to meet too.
Yeah.
So then, are you going to find a job so that you can stand on your own 2 feet? Or are you going to say that, me go school, me career masters, me career doctorate, me career this and that?
Mm.
I could have done it, ultimately, but I didn't. Whatever education that I had from Ghana is what I've worked with, but I've done other things.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying that I was able to get a job and be, I've what do you call it, fended for myself up to now. And
Yeah.
so it's like for myself, I did things when I came to a certain point and I had these realizations. I started doing, in fact, even I'll tell you this story. I always say that when my father died is when I came back seriously to God, right? But
Mm-hmm.
before then, at that time, I was searching for something. I remember even going to a prayer meeting at the church that I was at. And I remember, hello, uncle, good to see you. I hope you are well, eh? And this lady says, you've been searching. I was reading self-help books, you
Mm-hmm.
know, not the deep psychobabble ones, but the general ones that anybody can read, just to know, learning things, finding out things. So how to manage yourself, all kinds of things. So like over the years, like I'm not saying that boom, I'm there, but those reactions for how to be, you are in an environment, how do you conduct yourself professionally? How do you handle yourself with people? And yes, sir, Ama Joe said something to me and then I'm ticked off and I'm mad and I won't even go to her and discuss things. So there's certain things, right? Like, um, how do I explain it? We've come from a certain place, we have good values there and not so good ones there. So for me, that like I've always said, I had to cut some things out,
Mm-hmm.
pick the good ones, work with the good ones from here, and then keep learning. Like
Yeah.
I read a lot, even though I never get around to. When I have time, I do. There's lots of books that I've downloaded. Like you need to be interested in who you are as a human being and grow yourself,
Yeah.
because you can't go around doing this, excuse my language, a bush near my name, just sitting there fighting everything, you react badly. How if you don't package yourself, people won't come around you to interact with you on any level.
Yeah.
You need to grow as a human being, because, and especially if you have other people who are looking up to you, what are you portraying to your children? What are you portraying to your grandchildren? What are they learning from you?
Mm.
So anyway,
Yeah. So Amajo, I don't know if you looked through what we're going to talk
Auntie,
about.
looking so sweet.
Thank you. We're talking about daring to believe, daring to dream, and we're um, right now we're talking about what is faith and how do we live a faith-filled life, as connecting it to daring to dream, because one
all
sentence
right,
in
okay.
the book says that step out in faith. How do you step out in faith? In daring to dream, how do you step out in faith?
uh, uh, I normally do a little research in the backup with my own thoughts before I come, but today I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because I've been tight, very tight busy since yesterday and today.
Hello, message.
But
This is
stepping
this
up
is what's
in
cooking.
faith, uh, I think I was just saying how it just they just said just get up and go to Canada. I think we share the same story together because I lost my dad after SS.
Mm.
And
Oh,
because I have daddy's girl, the last born, and just so close, my big brother, I remember the expression on his face when he said, I was just thinking about you. Throughout, according to him, throughout the burial, all that he was thinking of, how am I going to take it? How am I going to handle it? He was just thinking about me. So when he felt like this is what I can do for you to travel, I think that was what he did.
Mm.
But before then, I think after high school, I didn't get math. Well, I would die with me not knowing math anyway. You'd be surprised I work at the school, but when it comes to math, I would say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, my math teacher died a long time ago." If
Sorry.
I'm teaching them, I'm telling them my math teacher died a long time ago. If as I keep working with them, so my math wasn't good. I did literature. I got government history and lit was not even good too. That is if I want to go to university, meaning I have to rewrite that
Mm.
too. I didn't get fail, but it wasn't good too. So I was thinking of what to do without my brother not knowing my plans. And that was when uh internet just came, computer just came into the system, and people are learning how to log in. I have to have a internet password, and I have a address and all that. Like I mean, the basic.
Yeah.
When we started, when they started teaching DOS and Windows, then. So I walk into the ministry because one of my brother was an army officer. So I got a chance to leave the area at the camp. So, well, my father is the late army officer as well. So it gave me the courage to just walk out to the Ministry of Defense and ask them if I can join the computer class because there was a computer class offered to only the minister's daughters,
Mm.
only the officer's daughters. Sorry, only the officer's daughters. Not even if your parents are army, just the officer's daughters.
Oh, okay.
But my dad was late, and it's only my brother that is in then. So what can I do? So I was let me just walk in there and ask. Something I didn't even tell my brother I wanted to do then. It just came to me that just go do it.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a place called Supply in Ghana. I don't know if you all know it, where it's a
mhm.
big shop where the armies shop over there.
Oh.
So another place I went looking for a job as well. Something I didn't tell anybody. Then I think as I was busy looking for a job, I saw something. One second. Sorry about that.
Oh.
So I saw something, and I think I like this. So I went to the carpentry shop, and I asked them to build it. And then I remember the friend that I was working with asked me, "Who did that now?" I said, "Oh yes, I did need the same."
I'm doing it for
So you
when it comes.
exactly. So you see my mind. I would say I am. To me, I am just maybe because I never had a mother and just being with a man who is teaching me do this, give me that faith just for me to just walk from my comfort zone and do things the way I want them to be. So I was in my brother's little corridor where I built a shoe rack for myself.
Hello, Awo. Mwah.
Well,
Welcome.
people, well, people don't find it. My friend was a baby, yo. who knew that it's like a year with Mbabe Google and all that. So you see, and
But you see,
after I finished
that's
that,
what I was talking
the
about.
after yes, after I was able to finish the computer course that I told you, once I got the certificate, the next day my friend and I, we were in Brewer looking for a job, and I remember the director, Mr. Manson, if he's alive or dead, I don't know. If he's alive, then fine. But then we walked there, and my friend couldn't get it. We are walking there and submitting our resume, and the man was, young girl just came out from SS, and oh, you are thinking of a job. Like the man couldn't get it. That at that age, all we are thinking about is looking for a job. And the man was, you even prepare your resume so well. Very impressive. The day that I received a letter from my friend and I to go work, that day I was flying to Canada. That same day, once my bags are ready and my brothers are ready to take me to the airport, my brother came with a letter. Yes, this is a letter for you. And then one of them opened up. Really? You even got a job at the brewery? So you see, it just have to be who you are. It got nothing to do with I was just a lost dad not too long ago. I already know I don't have a mother, which I grew up. I have prepared my mind for, but I am just that type who doesn't wait for somebody to tell me what to do. So I would say that is my fate. Nobody advised me, but I think of what I want to do and I go do them. So I'm always saying that if you know yourself, you just have to know you.
Yes.
Yeah, right on the get-go. And coming to Canada, I came to Canada, I didn't live with anybody. It's not like I know somebody. I came and in a Quebec City, I was in a hotel. And I landed in a country where I wasn't even speaking French to them.
I was going
And
to
I think
ask you spoke French.
Yeah, and before I realized I have to learn French at the hardest way, as I keep saying, my dad gave me that opportunity as if he knows that if I'm not there, you may landed in Quebec or whatever. But that was what I faced, and that has kept me up to today. So you see, your faith have to be you. And how determined you are and what you can do for yourself, not somebody doing that for you.
Right.
Or having a determined mind and not waiting there for somebody to tell you what to do. Or make a mind and work with it.
Yeah.
I have been that to myself. So wow,
Yeah.
that's what
I
I can
wanted
say
to add
about
to that.
faith and how to.
Yeah. I wanted to add to that. So you see Amajo's perspective, and then let's look at this other side to where the broader thing that. Hello, sweetie. Much love. Into the broader.
I'm just enjoying the discussion, especially the one that you just said. That's why I wrote that on the. This one I'm a bit busy. I have to finish and run out very quickly.
Okay, sure. I'll
So let me set
go
the
ahead.
table and then leave you people to sort out
Deal with it.
This life, yeah. Say Bible can say I'm still quoting my Bible because me I don't have meals and brooms. I say if you have meals and brooms, bring yours. Me, I have the Bible. So the same Bible now.
Hello, Pastor P.
Hi.
Yeah,
Pastor P.
Joshua.
So the Bible can say the kingdom of God suffereth violent, and the violent will take it by force. That is exact, a scripture fulfilling exactly what Amajo just did. Ghanaian mentality, they are waiting for Savior B to come from somewhere. Savior pa. But you know what? That is the electric people don't know. And then I say, I'm a man saying the BB at the status. So people should go and watch. I think I watched that thing about a month or a year ago. No. I watched it about a year ago on feed. Mama Mantie at the end of they call it 3 months ago. It came on a feed, so I have the time to listen. And that thing that man said, I begin to wonder. Enti escafo dream differently. Say said you're here for And actually, it shook the very foundation of some of the things that me as a parent, I even say to my kid. I begin to change the narrative. Ghana for having grabbed the concept, say, Abrabono so old train will be a free baby, but nothing is going to get done. Because Nipakona wo train have his own issue the person is dealing with. Enti, me catch on crofo say, wo frem wo abruchire ha. Bompa ye se me medi na ebi beka na me de abrew. Because say de me ye nye ya. Me se sa me ho ye ba abruchire foforo na ne ye gimi a. We want to prove. Who do you want to prove? Let me tell you, even if you rob a bank in Abuja to somebody in Ghana, it's still not enough.
Oh,
yes.
Enuntino, se me nyina baby ye. Let's mame mausa typical example so that you understand where this discussion we are coming from. You want to pull somebody who is in the drench or in the ditch. If you, the person who is pulling that person,
exactly. Yeah.
and this goes to everybody. We are not saying don't help your family, don't help people, don't do that. But you need to position yourself well. This is a spiritual thing. I don't know, say, for my patient, she will be writing as I'm speaking. I know say he gets me.
Yeah.
Listen, whilst you want to help somebody, make sure you fortified yourself very well. Because obi wo hwa tie obi wo hwa. Even Jesus said, the poor will still be among you. It means that ebimu ye hiafo by onuwa nyame choice. That is the gospel truth. There are some people, the situation they are in, spiritually, that is where they are supposed to be. Now, if you have not fortified yourself very well and you are going to pull that person up, you end up saying, the person will drain you so much. So one year, a better kakrana, there has been exchange of hands. That is how deep I can go. But I'm sure say also my patient was one. Maybe she will elaborate more. A Christopher bebre nkrofo wiasefo ade yensem srade in the name of say I am doing my Christian duty. Some of them God has not asked you to do it. We do it because you feel say it's womanly duty to do it. Me, I'm a casualty of that. I've done it. It has broken me. It has taken me 5 years back my life. So I know what I'm telling you. Bisa se adoye no kura wo koye no. Say last 2 weeks and here about say ye bribi so that we are not waiting for anybody.
Right.
But me, the same person is telling you, say, enye asasi biya ni edua so ade. So whatever into America say, enye wabusu ni nkwan ye na do because listen, abusuafo no kra na ton ye more no. Enti enye baby ya ni edua so ade. And in as much as we are in this world, they are season time, they are harvest time, they are serious. Wow. Life nankasa is governed by this principle. Sa obeye wo individual ufemu die. Na afei wamma nyame aye ne femu die. Ye wo femu die bi a wo betumi. Ansa na wahwe se obi de mwa beba eno na aye bonus amount. Emwa bi ama even if you don't make it, wo betumi do say si wo bo say me asumesi ma ye me femu die. And the very thing na amajo kan I can resonate is at least even though say onim se ne papa ewo vision man no want na se o twen se nkwala bebre wo eti Ghana omo maame mo wa abruchire omo nsua de because yeah onim se ye den ane maame wa abruchire de ne be kwa abruchire obedi agredi nkwasi asem sa na ni beba ne ho so no no wadi 28 not Ghana na abruchire no ni maame ana ne papa nya nkrata an qualify no because you don't know. Like I started saying, you don't know the person you are waiting for him to spoon feed you and what he or she is going through on the other side. You have no idea. That is why I said, you need to fortify yourself. This one, I'm just shaking the table. So when I finish, you can digest the whole thing. I'm sure say nipa fo ya ye was you can attest to say you have helped somebody ya uwie ye no timu say this is not what you anticipated for.
Mm-hmm.
One way or the other. If it didn't cost you your job, or even where your resources were coming from, share ya won krofo bi wo kwa wo de won sam srade ma wa emma na bibia efiri wo ho o sweat emma na o de exchange o wo de ya won krofo bi sa. And we need to be very careful. Very, very careful. That is why I tell people, be intentional about everything. That this intentional thing, I've not got time, because when I had this, the way the Holy Spirit diverts the whole thing, or the if I huge. And it looks as if said that principles govern everything when you live among human beings. Because on the island, so it's where your finances come from. You need to have intentions about that. Where you eat, you need to be intentional. Where you sleep, and be intentional about everything. When we start doing those things, when we are careful about those things, a lot of chaos air coso here and there no be to be track. One will name sa principle no. And you will be to make us say, Madam Free, the only need agro and see can you agro. He doesn't trust you with his finances. Or you would miss ordinance some sika on some incrophobia, a sum for frobi or was sad and no monim. Obema would Gianni, Obema will be but all fun and some sika and show on some. He's principled unless he trusts you enough. Or Jewudi enough. Sani pakun betimi ama osika enye ono ankasa so atisika. Ebia obi beto ade e won nchen ya no the says kanama. Enye de dan account mu and physically he's withdrawing to give you. And not just any pakono onya adoye anahwe, but oye in a different way. And you know where we are standing to actually say you be pulling other people, no, let's be careful. Also, say whilst we are waiting, say there will be something, somebody somewhere to come and help us. No? Let us as women, as a girl child, as a male boy or anything, anybody at all, try doing your best you can. A week ago, I was looking at Nana Madamwa's page, and I realized a young man who is a graduate. Na where we school na onye adwuma nye ye wakoye national service ewie owie ye no onye adwuma ye. And I want go back to the basics or tonwade. Now, how would Danadamwa among all the people will spot that boy? Because education can you'll be exceptional. Your talking, your approach, the way you do things. Your friend will say what add value. But you'll be exceptional. Anybody saw mobile. And listen, there are certain things that attract people. When you are knowledgeable, when the way you speak, and you may free when mubano, and nipa get attracted to you. A lot of people don't know that. It doesn't matter. You have not reached the goal yet, but do other things to get there. And by so doing, somebody will see more of you. You might be doing a minimum job that is not even worth it. But somebody, you come across somebody who know your value, will see extra things around you to say, because you have done this. I'm a Joe Canadian, I maybe come at the Atoson. Maybe a school for Frana Pejuma. I was eager to have a job because for me, corporate world was everything to me. It was something I really want to. Me person me Youre. And you know what? My first job I'm in more Matana Ghana channel. Commercial bank now in Sawamuno. I think now it's backless. It used to be commercial bank. That was where I got my first job. I wasn't qualified. Administrator na owohono come maternity leave. And a girl named Mammy hint because I'm in the Kokanda Presby. And no sabna commercial bank your fund. And a qualification non-qualified so dear. For manager the number and mammy and now the bonidin children me kwa no ma panicho. Asa agro. One me no Sunday. Evia sorry. Monday, omo ba bebie commercial bank na me gina ho. Enye sika na me ba betum. I'm looking for manager. Lucky for me, the manager comes early. And was me wura then I'm simpatcho me pay adwuma. Mate se mo admin no e ko maternity leave nti kan ba be pay adwuma. Or hwehwe te me ya me me school for qualification bi anka. Also anka ye po bi a saa time na stenographer ne hwan na aba me so me commercial school me nyanya stenographic course no. And I'm so listen, I am a very hard working. I can learn. I'll pick up the pace. So mo admin nkoya or chere me 1 or 2 I'll pick up the pace. And me point adwuma me kwa enrolli wo course bi e wo se me ye. Papa ne hwa me saa say what tenacity a wo de ba ha homa chere me say we will be a very serious person. One year me interview, that is how I got the job.
Wow.
That is how I got the job. Now girl also oba Canada oba wo ho no ntina oba back. Oba tena ho no be 2 years. Time ne ba be so no. Osabana me bo na me gi study leave nti me ba. Me see no problem. But commercial bank no say skafo Ghana for skafo na wo kuma seni akra no ho no amdu ho no ma no lista. I know there were big clients, big shots. This is how I had an encounter with sickness. Na me hu that. Now time I was say obeji ni sika no. Wa mantem traffic say mo amuni msuhum sa wom. Obia akọ na aka me nko a. E na sika chop box ma. Ta aka me ni accountant. Accountant nti so opentem so akọ ne girlfriend who said dey you. E na akwa say me na me yesu jani nti na wo say me ni security man no. Ye twen. Me so o metwen. Papa yi beba. Wo beba. They do another by 9. Obi a go at 5:30 no. 9:15 no bedru ye. Now the man was so happy. So hey, oba besia. And I'm so say was say obana me de you know was sign papers na ansa na yako. Papa is sign ye na me so. Me odam say he was very impressed about say me nya no ho adagye sa. Then I realized say o ma me card say bibia ni a me mfre no. And na kwata me peme de ntem na me say papa aka me 1 month pena medwuma me contract ewua. Edwuma desperately. Now yes second CD. Ene ma me edwuma. And or throw on a card be so na no J card back no de ma me no ma me card different card different color. Na me hu say card no kura ye wo ba bia obi ya ye de me. Wisdom was working. I knew set big shots like that no. I need to have personal contact because I feel na akofo obi so I wunye ndure. I use wisdom. I've worked with a manager like that. So I'm looking at how they do their things. Make a way I'm will be the opportunity who say, the kingdom of God suffered violence, and the violence will take it by force. And you're adding value, doing something extra, going beyond. Oh, yeah, the abroso. I'm when your attention of the king. And no being a make be serviceable, be of service to others, be a helpful hand to others. A lot of people are too selfish. I, myself, and me. Only obia. Yabusiafo, yanafofo ewo Ghana. Bro nya abesu nye corona ya be maka kire nkrofo mfre me na me hakora me ho papai. I've already signed a warning. Oh yes. I've already signed a warning. Don't call me because some of you corona e man mfre me. Enye Christmas ibe be na abefre me.
Me also sa onwene me home frame me check it me ho ya
sa and there are particular people be a mini choice adentia because omo dwene me ho omo hwe me wo bi wo ho a the whole you obetumi afrɛ me on frɛ me sɛ obisa me sika o ho te sen o ho ye enkwala ne ho ye ebi wo ho a no waba me inbox mu. I'm just saying hello, how is the kids? Bibisa se sa nipa kono me ntwan ma ne me kan kire me se enchechirewa bi ikoso. I'm showing you 2 different types of people when you can say you're intentional about people.
Yeah.
Now because I decided I could have left met me out to office in I have the power to have locked the office and go. But I decided say after all me so will be antwen me twen no oba na obagini sika se ndi ani ho obi also metre but my imagine say what 10 no ma ye dia Because when from 7 o'clock, I keep calling this mouse neighbor. I'm on my way. I'm on Ghana 4 time from 7 to 10, 9:15. And all these things, it is later on when I have worked with the man for over 2 years. Or so, do you know why I employed you? Me who say now you're serviceable. Me who say you go extra miles for people. And I've not regretted also employing you, because people tell me when, because of position I want, you have encounter with clients and other things, they tell me, say, the way I awesome no won't fit. What am I trying to say here? Let us be intention and also do things. Ebema obi se wuni hwa ye befel. Wuni hwa obetumi aka se asomasi wo ha. Oh, asomasi wo ha nka de we nka yaye. So when you like that, you won't get anything. Like I'm saying, there are some people, whether I like it or not, there are other people I can't be bothered. And a simple arithmetic. And yet because over friendly, but I am giving it on intention and it must meet a need. May not because it will be a mountain a mema, but may not because it will meet a need. That is what I'm saying. Also, free whoopem a ye bribi. Now must say only why it's me bolding for the right reason. I feel most more mano. I don't know, but I think that this is still echoing in my ears. More babema December. In the name of Semiti Abrutre or Miwusikana man. Make sure you are standing in the right place. Ujina baby or hoye. The casa or paibom BM, you fortify yourself. And son, why is sad buying? I think somebody basically maybe I will do what we can.
No. Awo, waka semi pii na ansa na obaye no na ehwa na me person in the sense no obusa a question about faith na the way me am refi me ho the way that I see it no I was going to compare it to say yen Ghanaians or our faith. My issue that I'm having is that we talk a lot about our faith, but I don't know, I'm just saying this broadly, and I don't know whether we actually understand what we read. We say we are a GD4, but we don't apply the principles in the Bible. In our lives are not victorious. Why am I saying that? Like, you see somebody, they spend all, like the Bible tells us about time, making good use of time. Into where is it wise that you have to, or where in the Bible does it say that you have to spend 5 or 7 days in church before God knows that you are serving him or you love him or you worship him? Okay. The other thing about it too is that, say, we don't, talking about applying principles, when you say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Have you noticed, say, again, this is broadly speaking. So if you compare our environments and then you compare some of the environments in which we live in now, we are not people who are very confident and we are not risk takers. Then again, if you are always afraid of taking chances, always afraid that you'll be sitting in the same place. Like who said that being a Christian means that you should live a life of poverty? Manna doesn't fall from heaven like that. You have to help yourself. You have to push. When you are pushing, then God will be pushing you, blessing you. You don't just sit there and expect that, oh, meanwhile, it's Abu Trinity. They are bringing me the dollar or they are bringing me the. What are you doing for yourself?
Auntie, yeah, mama nchawa no kakao. Wouldn't say yeah no. Me go so cancer. It does a Bible no. Tell me ya de buy no. Translation. Say the Bible they can't say you can do all things through Christ that strengthen you no. Dia or try I say from the first time I'm training you. Translation and call ye wa bebu mu enuti yes and as that time na you go to translate in the try and crop no not allowed to ask questions. They were only allowed to listen and do as the word says.
Well,
And no, nothing you may be one year, huh? Because
Amajo, me try I know 1 minute. Oh, they fast forward in time to now. Bible no cry. Are we even reading it?
That is another question. Do we understand what we are reading? Do we even read at all? And I say, ye obi abegina pulpit nko ni understanding na ode ba nko na yeti ase. Okay, so you say I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Na ukojina jata buom se jata eba obetumi awai na bodwe sa. Sister, jata no wo eye wo awasem.
No, Debio, you can't say no. And yes, I can say receive, believe it, receive it. The miracle is coming. Yeah, the miracle to it. Hope it's a miracle. Be feast rubber. Sana be yo me say. When you bring out page, man, obviously, oh, me go so trying to be baba worry me. What do you expect? Oh yeah, but what to now? Yes.
Sure.
Without works, but I know it comes with works as well.
Yes.
Thank you. My favorite quote is that faith without work is dead. My favorite quote. Me, I don't believe in the miracle. Me, I believe in heaven. Me, I just don't believe in everything that I do. I work hard for it. I just don't believe in a miracle. I don't know how it happens. I'm just one hell of a type that do not believe in those. Everything that I do, I'm working and God is helping me, or God is by my side. That is the bad. At a point in time, miracle have been put into everybody's head, and they all believe in a miracle. Into your expect to say what bodam can wash jeans down in a office on wash and a tarrier sitting on the triple bassa and the new food no or no or trying some miracle by help who would the oya bone some but already no I judge you or no judge you that she sees you like just a devil incarnate.
Amajo, me try I know. And somewhere here can there's a practical side to it. Me make a try, I'll tell you because I'm speaking my truth so that somebody learns from it.
Yes.
It's not that I have all the answers, so I know it all, but I'm speaking from two perspectives now. I've started in our churches, and now where I am, I'm in a church like it's a white church, but everybody goes there. There's all kinds of, and I'm now seeing or coming to understand a lot of things because in our church structures, sometimes, like I say, if you are not careful, you forget yourself. You won't think for yourself. You just go by the rules and regulations. You're expected to be here. You're expected to do this. You're expected to do that. And then sometimes if you feel like, okay, I'm not going to meetings, I'm not going to prayers. We've all done it before. The person was not coming to church or mom piety. Now say. Right now that I'm speaking, I told myself that I have a responsibility where my faith is concerned. So it's up to me. I have my big Bible on my table. Like before, there'll be days to say, oh, okay, I'm busy. Say there'll be 2 days, 3 days, you miss doing a devotion or doing whatever. But now, it's like I've come to that realization. Say, look, and then maybe again, it might be the cultural thing. Because when you are in a church like that, nobody comes to drum anything into your head that do this, do this, do this. You should know. It's your personal responsibility. Look, let me give you an example. I haven't been to in-person church service probably 2 or 3. Maybe this is the 3rd week now. I've just been going online. But each time, even I think it was even last week when I heard it online, the senior pastor, he's made this comment a lot. I've heard it since we reopened in July up to now. He's always talking about how he's praising or blessing the people for their how to even express it. To say they are almost tithes, is coming in and he thanks them for that. But excuse me, let me do a comparison with us. Would you think, say, before sorry, no, they are where they are supposed to be? Because with us, no, what I see is out of sight, out of mind. Into money will be a big problem. The reason why I'm
Yes.
saying this is that I'm trying to say that so Obroni, when they understand something and what they are doing, they are very committed to it. You don't have to tell them whether they are in person or not in person. They know that they have to do what they've committed or covenanted with God to do. Okay, I'll give another example too. And no mechanic like by December United Way donations. Was school be a yana as a inner city school like sika eto niema ma. Enti about 2 weeks ago, kwana me say, ade we kra this year, omo be ye ne sen. E ho na me hu email. And ye call your meeting so na your manager so kan ye say, oh, because ye wo fie ni nti no. Mo person mo masika, mo fa these 2 emails. Enti ba ko de oye opanyin no your manager put say why penny pa ya promote no. Enti no me hwe no, e ho na me say, oh yeah, unim within a week and a half, omo buy no sika no more collecting. Omo say up to now no sika no more collecting. Na could do 1,000. Na 900 MBB. Yeah, it's your feel. Enti me pono papa na last year me ni deal ono na ne din ka emails no hotia. Yeah, I'm catching so obeti na Monsieur obeti me nka. Enti yetu a ye kai na me so me de ye call ye. Enti me ye sure say next time omo be ma accounting because make us omo na 1,200 na bibi. You look at that. So yen na ye say ye sum nyame ye Christopher mapa no. Ye sika no we don't part with it. Enti e be na niema akoye bi ama.
Thoughts happen. Misuse,
Misuse,
yeah.
yeah. It's true.
Very, very true.
I woke up bro.
Oh, sorry.
Kafra.
I'm very happy. Say
Oh, hello. I love your program. Listening to. Oh, thank you, Emmanuel. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
yeah, I'm very happy. I will made mention of the intentional living, and because it brought my mind back to we have to be intentional in everything, because even
Everything.
in choosing a church,
Oh,
because
yes.
I have a story about, and when she said it, that's what dropped in my spirit. There was a church that I was going to. Immediately, I started paying tithes. I started having financial problems. So it's not because it's a church, it means you go to any church at all and give your money. And in the same way, I think when I was in Ghana, I stopped giving out money to beggars and, um, people, unless I really feel it in my spirit. So I became very conscious about parting with monies. And especially when that thing happened in that church, I started asking myself a lot of questions. So the intentional living in every aspect of our life is really important in choosing a church, because it's if you choose a church that is not Christ based but looks like Christ based, because your pastor is your covering. Whatever you do, he's the head of wherever. So I know that there's a spiritual, I don't know how to explain it, but once you have to submit under your pastor, yeah, some way somehow. And yeah, so I don't know what Awo has to say about that, but that's an experience that I had.
Okay, so this is where I think the church must begin to rewrite and redefine giving, because they make it look as if giving can only be in the form of giving money. Now, for those of us in diaspora, when they give you time and they give you money, if you are a very conscious person, you take time, because time can make you reap the money. Where else will be your Ghana who will take the money? Say, Obi wa diaspora, or better time. Why? Because even though said time is money, no, the diaspora no will be looking how he work hourly or whatever kind of juma or year. No, I the time, no. Whilst your Ghana and say, Magiska, So the what diaspora no, you 24 hours. But say Ghana, woman 12 hours. Look at your accumulated wealth in terms of money wise. I think I'm being too mathematical or accountant level of things. More fan me. Reason is say you actually in the Bible more say and I said your tears here. Then you come to the other side of the world. Now when who say emre eni ho ma ene uko bibi na ya invent bibi ena. The next day we be before for nti do our diaspora no value time more than the person. Some people in Africa obi abon say of value time e Africa no now he have lived in both sides of the world. Se washa nti ye kwa asore kra asore ne se repo 2 3 nyina na yem kon 4 na eguso wo praise e Africa abrotre osi 2
Upie na ukọ amanti ase. Upie na ukọ amanti ase. Memedu. Say you two na bepon na wonto ya meko. Na odi e kwa na hwe wo be hu ani omode be hwe.
Sister, but you are, listen, the God we are worshiping is a principled God.
Exactly.
And I make about say, sorry, I'm sorry, ma, and look like giving, giving you sikanko and debut. Matachi, it can be given. My service is a given. My sacrificial time, I'm a debate visitation, a given.
Right.
One who say enka sorry echrechere asafo masa anka the expectation say the only time you see me giving is only on money. You will value my time. Let me be honest with you. For me, if somebody gives me his time, I respect that person, Papa. Because you know what? I brought you over to me for 24 hours. No, and so, and to me, obi mama in a time. The same ideology I'm no kase mamenko Ghana na odi obi achikwa yie na wa money sika. He doesn't care. So we did a akọ na vrongo. Wa nwene ho say safety reasons or na accident ko ba ya o nwene hu. Wa money sika no wa anya ne hwe. Magana is in an emotional state. Give him or her your shoulder to cry on. Have the old time for counseled him, support him emotionally. He or she.
Oh, internet.
I will freeze it.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Who freeze it kakra? Who to make us?
Magane ni emotional support. Mano, give him your time on value because one man is sick. What am I saying here? And until I'm started can't say when inti yanya ya betina diaspora say if you be abroad when we start changing how we perceive giving in our individual homes, in the way we do things, me sorry, I said three nebo mama why 10 minutes. Ube hunuma sorry. Hey, mo be chill, mo be no because I adwene na me de kwa sorry no ene hia. Na nye hours dodo na metena ho obra when you time so hwe nyame odemre ene na ene ye na de oti asese enti no obi aba sorry Ghana fo asori kwa we betumi aye praise and worship saa na osofo no be preach no wo mewura asori dem ho me it's a sign of disrespect because sabe si nyina ba be sum nyame kro na why na entuntum onyankropon na betenam what kind of jam na wo dey ba
Awo mitwa wa no na wo kasi aye praise and worship no kra no so for na mu no oba na se obe start ya no so start ye praise and worship bi wa kan ho
sir because he has missed out and at the end of time na ho be ba this of fire kakra I don't know mo e kenya
Sister, I fancy praise and worship no Ghana and yeah, sorry, no no. At every work, hospital, bank, baby, you may be an cause why you did praise and worship and sana. With their mammy for some week, may bane me bano na me se me ko Ghana kakra na me do yancha na me bano yare na me de me ko 37 military hospital and no ho teaching hospital no. Can you believe sir omo beka someone sorry ne anya sorry no my ya so ombe ya sorry tin and no mo bi na omo nya sorry na omo to na sister to friend ko no mo na omo be gina ho ye praises and worship no mo say nti ayare for no mo ba so mo and see me oba kutia me na me bufu ya na me kasa you dare talk to me like that again the next time you come you will see me here you wouldn't have your rank so you learn how to talk to people and respect others me ni omo de pem so I actually let us me call biom no me bomodia call her on time na me tina ho and mom by ever started praising and worship yeah omo basically on oba kasa obi bomb your man and me bomb pie tia woman this is how I went about it erade what can see you go here no monte say hey omugu omo study say so mo show yare for ne ba emo ni hu kwan say so mo tietia wom erade mom who say juma no ye wa no I know that they done to omo table so they should respect it was on the papers. This thing that I'm talking
And
about was
you bu
recorded.
when
Aba,
it
Oh
aba.
yeah, I did.
Wait, I get fire. Wait, you're not
I did.
going
I'm
to
telling. Oh yes, I did.
na
Before
or
I
what
get
people
home, the
don't
news
listen
was
to advice
already.
into akutia na obebo.
start. I mean, you're so
What?
fast. So much
But my
catching me
question is,
about
what is
that.
the sign in which? Yes, but what is the sign in which standing the praying, doing all sorts of things of worship? Now, any presence of worship, Lily Panos, I never now we say Tiani Yede de goodness. So, what is the sense in that? Into my sister, it their presence of worship doesn't end at the church. It winds at everywhere you go before they will start. When you do her on time, I who said that is what they do first. I'm telling you, that's what
I'm
they
not
do.
surprised. I'm not surprised, but if they the church will tell people, say, a sorry does not end in the building. Na ye timono. Na mum upie kwa bontia. Oh yeah, sorry. Well, when I make her say, Bible near can you, but the entiasie. We of little gods. Inti say me nyameketwa. How do I depict God when I am outside? So my brother me bono actually God. So what you say? We nyina no ya kenkan wakan ye wonim wate but the ochirechire mu no ochirechire ni mu sen na ote ase. So what you say? Enti praise and worship no de ombekọ so aye. Na omu wi omu ase di bone. O pe kura Ghana wo hoi obi ye elder obi your software fa wo dan sika koma no. Se nyame ya mmam
Yeah,
wan kasa wo be chese wo be bo nsam ama no. Ubebo nsam ama asofo odie yomu amohwe de ekoso ya hwe de me kan se yesum nyame basen na nipa te ade na oye na ote ase yesen so what you say na nipa e wo se yesum nyame wo yenti ase mu because when hu nyame na ama wo hu na wo de ane se oba akotena asori na de osofo revelation na onya aye e na ode ba be kire wo a sister brother it will not be of any benefit to you because at the end now we one kasa uni ehuhunumu. Enti John 3:16 or for God so loved the world so for be Canada now also can na one who say and Yame is always involving and John 3:16 that same scripture obi be fact said or be dissecting or different and so now John 3:16 corona. The main pattern say it was so one kasa. I will kind John 3:16 a tiasi. Because a one tiasi, you be can and a woye. Now you be can a woye, you have not caught the revelation. Ontia the vine as it into a yana woye be cake. You may from us of woku. The pattern Santi so kasa.
Pacho yanko commercial break. Hey, hello, Sister Cecilia. Yako aba why? Yako commercial break aba.
If I back, I will finish the reading
Yeah, okay.
and then.
Until we are back. So that was the commercial. We are not just here discussing a book. Yes, I wrote a book. The book must be sold so that you can get your copy on Amazon, Frisian Press, Barnes and Nobles, Google Books. It is $20 and below, and it is a good read and it will bless your life. So if you're on this program, you come and listen to us, you enjoy what you hear. This is how you can support the program. Go get a copy.
Now.
Yeah, Pachoto.
Okay. Okay. So I'll finish the reading and then we'll go to the topic of living in a box and how to get out of
Thank you,
a box.
Cecilia.
So
Adwoa me pa mucho so obi ahia adwo odo baby a muntwa ne mama me because box ade on the nani je ho pa anti no ono no kire ya o kire no okan we bi nti na nke se nke oba na obe discuss pa anti muhu na munkire ne se me se muntwa ne mama me.
Max.
okay, so be brave, be bold. What have you got to lose? Don't get lost in the box. Yes, I know you're afraid to get out. Come on, you can do it. Just step gingerly out of it. I know you will look back in fear. Yes, it is okay to do that. Just so long as you don't step back into it. It it is the rules that restrains you. You can't do this. You can't do that. That is not our way. You're too pushy, too forward. It has never been done before. You can stay in the box if you want. I am getting out. There's life outside the box. Dare to dream, dare to break the mold. Remember the people who know their God. They will be strong and do exploits. God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but of love, power, and of a sound mind. Encourage yourself with the word of God and go forth and live out your purpose. Yes, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Don't sit around feeling sorry for yourself or afraid of life. Life is meant to be lived, and with gusto. Dare to believe, dare to dream. You can do it.
Yeah, beche
Okay.
wabo.
Oh,
Then my
yes.
mention Wechi.
Yeah,
So
beche
Oh,
wabo.
dare to
Auntie
dream.
has said a box, so a box.
Be
So how does
audacious.
yes, how
Be
does
Yes,
a
audacious.
box
yes,
look like?
yes.
When somebody is audacious, yeah, when people are standing, you decide to sit. You be the odd one. It is all right.
Mm-hmm.
Just this recent times, I was telling my girl that listen, don't worry. When you are the odd one in the room, it doesn't make you an inferior. It means that you are thinking outside the box. And that small girl began to
Thank
ask
you.
us. I said, yes. People always want you to sleep. So when you decide to sit up, you become their target. It is all right. But stand for what you believe.
Awo, Pachomicho wano. Pachomicho wano. Oko, give her a new word for me. Until you ask her, no, they are maverick. Maverick. The outcome of pepe. Tell her it's okay to be a maverick.
Thank you. I will. Definitely. I'll pass it on. I will pass it on. And we're reading this portion, and the small girl was asking question. It says, oh, why is everybody doing this? I said, yes, you need to be different. That makes you you. That is when
Unique.
the real you comes out. When you are
Mm-hmm.
doing everything everybody else does, you are ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to be the talk of people. When people stop
Yeah.
talking about you, you are not leaving.
Yeah.
When you go somewhere, be people's topic because
Mm-hmm.
you are the new topic on the block. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I
Awo
want
Pacho na me person me de kan hopo say nyame wo ho no he didn't create us all the same. Wan ka se nyina ye meye clones the same.
No.
But
no,
don't
no,
share your crop for we always muawa no you say and you say near no always restraining people, restricting people. Udi a chia. Ubehwe na time aso nya hwe was asase so.
Oh,
actually Ghana for ankasa ye nhyeso.
yeah.
Eh true.
It's true.
Ghana for nhyeso.
It's true.
They want to tell you say saa na ye no. You can't do it in any other way. It
Mhm.
comes across everywhere.
And you
Sometimes
de
in
te ho
marriage
no.
it happens. Ah, sorry, it has happened. The moment you want to do something different than anybody else, you will get people saying, shut up, sit down. But let me tell you, nyame na yedi n'echi no, ebisi ye. Emra eyi akwa na akwa tietia no.
Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus. One mu wajije nkrofo sika, wa mu hu ye. Won so so pese hu. Won so awa tietia. People na you're short. He wants to be long. He wants to be heard.
Right.
I think yes. In fact, they will call you by your past, the way they know you.
Yes.
The better be a bit degrade you. Then again, one no. Almost say, yet now how you do. When we go to the next town, we might find food. They dare to venture and go to the next town, even though they have been ostracized in the other side. My friend, if you don't dare to be out of the box, there is life. It is true. There is life. Listen, when you are out of the box, it gives you prospect of other things that is going on around you. You are not limited to the status quo. Right. Dare to dream big too. It is all right. It is a dream. And you are daring yourself, challenging yourself to prove, say, and yes, so will prove people do it for the wrong reasons. But if you know it's for the right reasons, then do it. Like they say, everybody wants to be out there, but if you want to be out there, so you are not out there for the right reason.
We are not interested.
We are not interested in that one. We are not interested about the one now. No, that is not why. But when you are daring to be different, now that I'm using this pandemic to tell people, say, this is not as business as usual anymore. This is when previously you might be doing clerical work, but sometimes you might take up your hobby as a seamstress or somebody who sew your own clothes at home. But it will bring you your millions you are looking for all these years. Yeah. You'll be surprised. There is one lady in Facebook that has actually won my heart, and I cannot stop talking about her. Ohima, talk to Ohima. Minim se mahuna. Ohima Brofudi, the same ref in a Brofudi. Just recently is married with a small baby. Talk to Ohima, go and hook her up. He works in the airport. Long time ago, he started sewing. Not auton air bonnet before Kransana Ababeji Bumi. Now ebeye boom because he already has stock. Or year week, on 1 year weeks, a pam a tongue. Ain't he? COVID ya airlines air close it down. Ye yinkrof wedino. He came on maternity leave and a COVID never. But he still sews in the house or pam ontari or pam anu apem bi ahye ni kunu ne mane just say or pam sa family set na ne ade. You know what? COVID bae afa na wono he's raking in the money. He's far better than even when he was doing the airport work. Yeah. What am I trying to say here? That the thing that has become a hobby na eno na anu akwa say won sheda en regard ana nkrofo opese oye bibi obi catch us oh ade we na wukom nkrofo asesi aye bi no you are you put your stamp on it ye bibi ebeye exceptional ama obi ehu say nkrofo pam ade but wa de pam de eda ho ana ehome. I know one lady in Ghana me pam ade wo ho o pam ade ma wa 10 years ne style ne ntwam on pam style hanchen on pam bibi me want tare bi a pam ma me 10 years ago I still wear it. I still wear it. Recent times so one fa won yama anko be 3 months ontimi mbuku in why because enye hanchen na ye no but it is because the work in here very neat. And whether you reduce in size, whether you bloat, there's always a way out of say the work pam na and edahwa utimu say a neat job. And yet obi a ye na wuye bi. And you be a pam ade ana obi a week, obi a ton air bonnet baby. But what the sample so and makes the difference. Go out there because life will the other side of you. A lot of women, Ghanaian women, they are multi-talented, but some of them, because of the people they are married to, so they are limited.
Wait a minute, two ladies be actually 2 important points. Young can we and I want to ask why. But yes, Sister Esther, say one of the issues among many believers today could be the lack of deep understanding of scriptures. Many are overly reliant on their pastors, etc., and are constantly awaiting prophecies on their lives. Many Christians, especially at home, have super crazy faith, which is not bad in itself. When this faith begins to stifle the ability to dream, then there is a problem. We need to be able to complement the faith with action. Esther, you've said it very well. Thank you. If then we can, if anybody has any points on these two, then they can bring it up. A message to say flies in a box. When a fly manages to get out, it does not get back in the box because it sees a different world outside. Inside the box is crowded. Outside is a world of possibilities. Message, thank you very much. I think that you comment it in our letter, Joe off the hook. Thank you. You said it very well. Yeah, okay. Any comments on these two?
I think we as a women have to stop saying Obabesia, me Obabesia kra. I don't like those words because you see, there was once I wanted to move, and then I rented a U-Haul. After packing the things in the U-Haul, I jumped into it and I was driving the U-Haul myself. Out of nowhere, no, Babesia, so one year the Nini and I got back. Excuse me.
I knew what was coming.
Why they make you?
So you see, so we should stop saying me or Babesia crap because that is what the men have. Oh no, your Babesia to you. I don't like that word. Me or Babesia crap, no me crap, not me or Babesia. I don't like that word.
Amajo, remember I said when I was earlier on, I was talking and saying that in the society, and it seems, so it seems like we have this predefined or preconceived notion about women. So some roles, cultural roles that men have to play, and what
I can't take it.
I know. I'm like you. I don't mean it bothers me because it's like you can't do anything outside of that role.
Yes.
So if you see me as I'm just supposed to cook, I'm just supposed to clean, I'm just to service you in the bedroom, I have a problem with that because I have a mind, I have a brain, and it works. Like
when
I don't
the
know.
women start using the brains, they will stop saying those things because a lot of women are not using their capacity to the full. That is why the men or society will rate us that way. If women will start making people think they are just sex object or just married material, what they say these days, I am telling people, you're married material, your pump trousers, what is left of you? I think I'm better than the material. Find something else to actually describe me with. Well, when you tell people I'm a marriage material, marriage material, cooking, cleaning, and obey a machine for nkwala. You can be cooking, cleaning. Say nkwala na memua na woman would not say indeed pay and you pay a black community mindset. That is why we start encouraging our girl children to be who they are. It is all right. He wants to be a sprayer, go for it. He wants to do something which is not the normal girl child kind of job. Encourage them to do it. Let's just stop thinking you therefore say when you're bad enough. I remember near your school, Madam Fabako, or you're a very good athlete. But ne no emani jaye e ma no kra koye mprinwa yin so to prove say obetumi awo
anti anka yamu bi yaji medal na anka yaji medal sisi ya hange down I was very athlete, very
but
athlete.
And say
bad they see antu and bad they see
over there about mom say obetumi awo no onyin say ya when you like I say it's not a planned pregnancy. That is how I should put it, because I said he was under the pressure to prove so bet me out. So what you say? What am I trying to say here? Say a man jai say a bema obi who say is only good for sex objects. Oh yeah, carrier bagger. Yeah, do kwa we yase. Yeah, call a hotel and near the wakwa ho. She answer walk or high hotel now would them no condition in buffer move ya. You go for a retreat and then you come back. Do that to yourself. And for that matter, you are not waiting for any man or any married man to take you there. Learn to do that. When we say those things, people don't like it. But listen, it is a good moral thing for you to listen. Be what you can be. If it means you have to start from scratch, maybe I'm a chemist, me seconds. Now me sign term provisions. Long time ago, I learned to say I cannot rely on one income. For long time ago, I knew that principle. And you know, what's the word?
Mr. G.
Of course,
That's
absolutely.
That's a fact.
Absolutely. And I Ghana for my baby or a car become
Auntie, sister, what me about Mr. G comment your mind. I don't think, and there was a woman saying, sir, oh, if you can spend $1,000 on your head, yeah, on your marriage material. That was the reason, because if you can be bold enough to do something for yourself, they are so much afraid. Some people also have to come out to make a comment that will intimidate the women, so they cannot get up and do whatever they can do for themselves.
I think
me 28,000 too hot in the Ethiopia. Imagine some marriage material. Imagine that topic. I haven't forgiven that woman yet.
Actually, I think she said people are quoting in context. You're not all kind of say Ghana ni ba unye juma. You are not working. Not with the 10,000 we got. I think that is where she was coming from. Say just recently, why a program and he has corrected it because say and Crawford was saying say that is wrong. Crawford was Ghana,
because some of us
they
spoke
can afford it. They are doing their own job.
She corrected it because she.
Yes, you have to correct it. The moment that the person will know said your client is wrong and needs to be corrected, and that is what is important. Because he was saying it based upon the fact to say ebia or no, na onye juma obema na I don't know. Because as of Mami Bibri Wagana, omunye juma, title of Mami and but I know he's a doctor. Men who say Nancy acquire the master's who's in PhD or no dear or coach Youre into Mefan say or to the Oyas. But I think say no will be a discussion on platforms or can say or can in the contest to say, oh yes, lay queen, oh yeah, Juma, oh the compound house, sa 10,000 now what the quay with ticket. And it could have been a capital, ni ideology and say Casamuno. So when our own women are be at fault, so my quote us out of context because I wanted the kind see depending on baby or two program. And for her to correct it, I think say because idea the the best quality because then the do be and I think say abroche etie no e ma ne hu say me am ye madwuma a then I mean to enche. I mean after people bashing or talking about it and I think say he has realized where she was wrong. So Miss Lebo ye nua man mo betimi ato 12,000 pounds we gashe uti no go for it. Joyce may your book be and what not say
simple as that.
yes. Listen, if the Louis Vuitton or whatever bag you can afford it, pat yourself, go for it, buy it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy because a year was sweat. The year was sweat, you can chop it. Nanya the no, I just okay raise leg near the amount. What like these days? I think I don't laugh.
Legs
Don't laugh.
raise my bubu.
I just want to chip
But
in
if you raise your
bit.
legs, it's your money.
Yeah, it can be bio.
Like,
No, when you raise the leg, Ebi wo wa wahu me condemn nipa. Ebia ahokyere na de wakogina sam pempenso no. But the moment you get that money no, a serious person bia invest in his future. Obi eye edi pebribi. Obi ye edi ye bribi. Ebia school na apesa woko. Efie school, fako school no. So that you won't continuously relying on people. So what you say? And on your shas, na ye can say, a lot of Ghanaians are waiting. Say Obi wa Abrochire will come and redeem them. The redemption is from your one kasa. And that is what we are talking about tonight. Thinking outside the box, daring to be you, and say, chest out, you going out there to get what you want. Because what now nothing will happen.
Poverty
Nothing
will
will
come upon
happen.
you. But on ya can be you.
Now,
Go
me
out.
being
Kaya
brief,
kasa.
a small thing, as parents or as mothers, no, even it starts with the little things. To say a eduane, if I say, obi peso di ni brodo ni nkusia, enyumra, you be told that a breakfast eduane, it's yendi nenyume. So those small nyama, that's how it starts. Okay, so because me say no, I really love breakfast. Any my favorite meal of the day. Meat made in an opera. Things like the small things now you catch it in colano. It's not even near market here, no. Or even style of clothing. I mean, once it's decent, Mimi say me pembe mampa boashe. That's my style.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard Rebecca saw a microphone be but not to say I have a problem with Omo, right? And
Restrictions,
whilst
no.
we're on that topic, me here pink Timberlands, pale pink, the friend of blush, mini scarlet.
Oh my God.
Oh shush.
Sean, sit there, Mr.
You,
Russell. Oh my God.
indirect appeal. So blush
I didn't also hear.
Timberlands, blush color, pale
Expensive.
pink. I did not make sense. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to chip in and say our words also puts our kids in a box. Like it puts them in that frame of mind that there are certain foods a bit maybe or whatever time. All those in your marketing they don't come.
What don't come? I'm coming.
Also, how?
Hi.
Hello, Sean. How are you?
I'm
Happy
good.
birthday again.
Thank you.
Was
Oh,
she
it's
good to
today your
you? Was she
birthday.
good to you?
I wanted.
Friday.
Yes, yesterday.
Not yesterday. Friday.
Friday.
Cover your chest.
Cover my chest.
Yeah.
I don't want to show my manliness off to the other women.
So
Okay.
was she good to you? I want to know if Yaa was good to you.
What?
Was I good to you on your birthday?
I'll let you know when she is.
Oh, wait, in the
No.
phone. Yeah,
Anyway,
he gave away the game.
however,
Oh.
I did hear you say something that intrigued me. Thinking outside the box. I think that if more people, I mean, my job is definitely, you're given a situation and you're given a problem with no obvious solution, but you have to find a solution for it. So I think that a great sort of mentality to instill in everybody is figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, there's you don't have a solution, figure it out. You I cannot do this. Your boss says, figure it out.
Figure it out.
Okay, when you're presented with that kind of situation, you become a better manager, you become a better employee, you become a better leader.
Yeah.
Because you're given an impossible situation and you just have to do it. Now, by figuring it out, your employer looks at you in a much different way, which is, okay, I've given this person an impossible situation. I said, because I can't deal with it, let him deal with it. And I did it. But it's a double-sided coin, right? It's, hey, I'm really good at my job, but I also can be given impossible situations again.
Oh, I will not cry. Okay.
Okay. Who made pink for girls and blue for?
Yeah, I'm coming. No, I hear what you're saying, Sean, that when you are put in that position, it forces you to be resourceful, and then you have to show initiative, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
For your input.
My wife is now telling me to leave,
I said
as I have given enough important input at this time.
No, it's good. You know what? It's good it's good that you are talking, because it's good to hear a man's views too, and bring your perspective, right? So that's good. Feel free. Don't listen to you. Feel free to come on anytime you want.
Is that, how do you say that name?
Sheila.
Sheila?
Yeah.
I love that name.
Shyla. It's Shyla.
Shyla.
And we all say
It's
Sheila,
actually
Shyla.
it's actually pronounced Shyla, because my S and my C is actually silent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shyla?
So
I love it.
I'll just call you
Yes,
Amado.
please.
Okay.
we can't change their minds, right? They want to know Shyla.
That's fine by me too.
And
Happy birthday again.
thank you. And yeah, Fota Atobra,
Yes.
I have my own yeah.
Yes, you do. Good. Oh, already. Thank you. So, thank you, Sean. We appreciate your comments. So, Emmanuel G here is saying that who made pink for girls? Well, see?
Yeah,
Well,
my daughter's favorite color is blue.
yeah, I like blue too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So,
favorite color was
It
used to be
shouldn't
black.
necessarily. Well,
sorry,
I
yeah, you
think
were
it was
saying?
that was made on a business. I think it was just a business strategy, just to let's make something and color it for blue,
Commercial.
and then it became part of
Mm-hmm.
it. I think it was just yeah. I think it was
Yeah.
just a business idea, and then it came out, and it's
Mm-hmm.
working for them. So hey.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
your daughter loved blue or white, and you can tell your daughter to try blue to see. It might work.
It's actually her favorite color, so, and that works with me. Because I
Mm-hmm.
used to love black a lot. I remember, oh yeah, I remember when I started working, I used to wear a
Mm-hmm.
black shirt and black pants. And they will ask you who died. Nobody died.
And that's your choice, eh? It's like, us without black is funeral, so everything is questionable, but
Yes.
it doesn't matter here. Like, I like seeing people in black, women in black, and then they have a white string of pearls. Ooh, that is so classy. I love that. So where were we?
So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's thinking
Yeah.
outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
What, not actually getting out of the
Of
box
the
is
box.
what we're talking about. And that was the last question,
Mm-hmm.
actually, that we had to talk about. So,
Mm-hmm.
we have said a lot today
Yes.
about faith and
Hmm.
coming out of the box, living. Faith gives you, I don't know. Faith is, well, before we came, I was looking up faith, whether the dictionary had a different meaning from the Bible, but it looks
Mm-hmm.
like it's kind of the same, because it said faith,
Yeah.
and then I looked up faith and hope because I wanted to see if they were the same, but it says faith is now
Wrong
believing
with you?
something is now.
Mm-hmm.
Assurance of things unseen is the Bible's definition, right? And
Mm-hmm.
believing that what you are not seeing is will be manifesting or is manifesting even without proof of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, translates to us being confident about what we believe in and pursuing it
Mm-hmm.
without, even
Mhm.
when we haven't seen results yet, we keep on pursuing. And that takes
Yes.
us also back to what Auntie Yaz said, that you need to know yourself, you need to
Mm-hmm.
know what you
Oh,
believe
wow.
in order to actually get out of the box, because you need to believe in something in order for you to get out of the box. Because if you don't believe in anything, then people can put beliefs on you. And it's this faith thing, even in the secular world, it's a rule of the world, because it's the underlying rule for the laws of attraction. It's believing something is manifesting, and keep pushing. And what else were we saying? And also in bringing up our children, because it starts when our minds are being molded, because it starts in the home. So as we bring up the next generation, it's our duty to give them a mindset that won't put them in the box. Give them the mindset that is freeing for them to explore and find themselves, so they can find what God has put in them to be able to pursue it and have a fulfilled life. Else, we'll all just keep on passing through life. You get born, you go to school, you get work, you marry, you give birth, and
You
you
pay
die.
bills, then you die.
Yes, that that is not a fulfilling
My
life, because
my
Look, I've seen a caption that says
my
that you were not
favorite
brought
part.
on this earth just, Mabel, you were not just brought on this earth to work and pay bills and then die. It
and
means you got
die.
to be doing something in between.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's very
My
fulfilling when
fa- my favorite
you're doing.
part of the book. My my favorite part of the book that I like so much is where it talks about live and don't just exist, but just live. That is my favorite part. Yeah.
Don't drift through life is my, don't just drift through life is my favorite. Like,
Yeah, it's
you know, day in, day
yeah,
out,
just
no see
yeah.
hostile.
And you don't realize it.
Just
You
live
don't
it.
really
Yeah.
realize it too. Yeah.
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 So it's
Mm-hmm.
good that we're talking about it,
That
so people would know. Because
mm-hmm.
it's
Because
really
you,
fulfilling when you do something you're passionate about.
yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
fulfilling.
I've been thinking about getting out of this book, and I'm thinking if you're in the box, no, because you are the one in the box, you should be curious enough to know what is outside.
That's if you know you're in a box. Because usually when you're in a box, you don't even know you're in a box.
You know,
You
Unless,
feel it's
another good
comfortable. You
one.
feel like that's where you belong.
yeah,
Or you've been told that's where you belong.
More,
So
that's
you
the
don't even think
normal.
about getting out.
but
Oh,
we
this is my
normally
role.
say move from your comfort zone and try something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Try.
you have some, just as an example, you have some women, young women, maybe they are being groomed towards marriage. They are the age, oh,
Yeah.
after the cooking, say, I know that is my responsibility. Really?
No.
And you may
What
hear
else can I
it
do
varies. I mean,
different?
if you think you want to do it and you don't need help, then you're a superwoman, that's fine. But when you are in these kind of environments in which we are, you need help.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be doing it
Mm-hmm.
all alone, I'm sorry, you die early. So that's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
So don't be a superwoman.
Yeah, even in Ghana, things have
Yeah.
changed. Because when
Mm,
I was, even before I
Oh
came
yeah.
in 2012, like who was I going to call? I had to hire a nanny
yeah,
in order to be able to go back to work.
yeah,
And I took them with me because I wasn't really confident about her. So yeah,
yeah.
we all went to work together and came back together.
Mm-hmm.
So
And no,
yeah.
no, no. I'm a pori pori obari
Mm, mm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the
Mm,
environment in Ghana is also changing, and
Mm-hmm.
it got to a
yeah.
point I actually wanted to go be in a rural setting for a while, because I felt, I don't know, like everything was crashing down on me
Too
in
much
Accra.
pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, pressure. So yeah, we need to be careful. So there's a lot of people dying out of stress related diseases
Prematurely.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Auntie Ya says, live with gusto, right? So thank you for joining us today. Auntie Ya, I can't see the names, so if you can.
Okay, well, I'll just say some final comments. Like we were here talking today about um, Dare to Believe, Dare to Dream, and it's from my book, which is coming soon.
Oh yeah.
And so we're talking especially to women, and I'm sure that it goes for men too. They pick something out of this, that you need to live with purpose. Don't be afraid to take a chance. Just because you were born a particular gender does not limit you or stop you from doing something with yourself. Figure out, like Sister Awo was saying, there was a lady who worked at an airport, but when this COVID came, her passion, her hobby, that's what is bringing her the income. Figure out who you are. Make time. Look, a lot of us women can say things like, oh, I'm busy. I'm busy. The children, the marriage, the cooking, the this. You know something? If you don't stop and carve out some time for yourself, you're going to go crazy,
Mm-hmm.
because it gets to a point the children will grow up. That's just an excuse. You need to do something for yourself. I mean, it's okay if you think that that's all you want to do, then that's fine. But what I'm saying is that when the children are grown and gone, what are you going to do with yourself? You know, there's nothing wrong with being ambitious. Men can be ambitious, women can be ambitious. We need to tell the young girls that they are worth it, they
Yeah.
can do it, they need to believe in themselves. It's not having a boyfriend or a sugar daddy or something, being a slave queen, that is the answer to your problems. No, believing in yourself, whatever it is, even if you know what, it doesn't matter. You can be a good cook. Maybe you want to open a restaurant at some point. Start doing whatever you need to do. You could be a seamstress, you could be a a person, or somebody who does art, or you write, whatever it is. Don't limit yourself. There are people with dreams sitting inside them and they are afraid to go forth, and because of people's opinions. And you know where we are from, like there's people who will encourage you, but they seem to be few and far between, I find.
Yeah.
So if you are not lucky enough to come across such a person, then you sit and you listen to naysayers and negativity, and it stops you from achieving your dreams. So we're leaving you with this: dare to believe, dare to dream. You were brought on this earth for a purpose, and whatever it is, you have to find it. Look, some of us, we were wandering around. We thought we knew what we were doing. We found it at some point. So we are doing it. If you had asked me 2 years ago that I'd be sitting on Facebook with these lovely ladies talking and blah, 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 I would have said, oh, what are you talking about? But hey, we have something to say. Somebody told me, look, a lady that I went to with church, she told me, she said, she sees that I have something to tell women and women need to hear it. I'm like, okay, what's she saying? What's she talking about? And I'm like, oh, you don't know who is listening, who's hearing you, right?
Yeah.
And yet I was in an environment where I was suppressed and put, like sometimes they make you feel like you're a problem. And if you're not confident enough, you won't do. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sad to have to say that I have to get out of some environments to come out and just be myself and be who I think I'm supposed to be. And I'm happier for it. And my faith, your faith is your responsibility. We touched on that.
Yeah.
Your faith, a lot of people are sitting in churches where their gifts are being sat on. You need to get out, and I'm not saying get out of, but you need to figure yourself out, because God gave you this. Don't let anybody take your power away from you. I won't go on and on, but I'm sure that we get the drift. So we'll be back next week, next Sunday, with another topic. Hopefully you can join us. And if I get around to it and I'm not too busy or too tired, maybe Amajo and I will come on during the week and talk about something. These days she brings the topic, so who knows? Thank you.
Are we
Thank you,
Thank
meeting
you, our
Missy.
straight talk.
Saturday? Are we meeting
Sorry?
Our
Saturday?
papa.
We're meeting next Sunday.
No, Saturday. The Saturday
Oh,
ones.
yes, sorry, I forgot. Yes, we'll be having a book live on Saturday. I have to reconfirm it with
I'm a mercy.
Mr. G. Please educate Mr. G. Please, next time you should come on and talk too,
Wow.
okay? Would appreciate a man's views. We need to bless the people around us. You never know who you are
Yeah.
blessed by little things we do. Yes, that is true. Thank you. So yes, so we might be on during the week. There's a book chat on Saturday, and then next Sunday we'll be back. Thank you so much. Let's see. Dachi Hene, if you're still on, Adepa, Adeapena, sorry, Miss Sage, Sister Womrekua, thank you so much. Pastor P, thank you so much. Who am I missing?
We have
Let's
a
see.
new person that
Cecilia.
joined today. I
Yes,
think Emmanuel
Emmanuel.
Hazel.
Emmanuel. Yeah, Mr. Emmanuel, thank you so much for joining us. Esther, thank you so much for your feedback. And also Miss Sage, God bless you. Mr. Emmanuel G, God bless you. Thank you. Take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good week. Bye now.